Ugh. Good lord. Timers are overrated anyway. Good evening, y'all. As you might hear, I'm not my usual self. I'm suffering a little bit of a cold, and I have to blow my nose like every 5 minutes or something silly. So, and every time, like the whole time, I'm on the verge of sneezing or having to sneeze. That's why my eyes are gonna be a little bit more watery than usual. But yeah, other than that, that intro just to have an excuse for not drinking the beer I usually do. And instead, we'll be drinking this kind of tea. And that's funny for two ways, because tea, and it's even spelled the same, is also called the Elm architecture, and this happens to be my Elm mug, but we're drinking mint tea with some honey in it, so. Oh yeah, that hits the spot. And Keycloak is online. And also, considering the music choice, it doesn't always have to be lo-fi, right? Aye, aye, aye. I might need to import. Oh, or wait, did we mess this up last time maybe? And we forgot about it? Oh, actually, it doesn't matter anyway. We'll be doing setting up our Advent of Code repository first, and then yeah, trying to continue on the project, the ScrambledEggs project. Let's see if this works. Pray for me. I don't know. No. Skip. Shit. Should have done this. Okay. Okay, whatever. So the first thing we're gonna do is open up our IntelliJs to page number. No, I'm kidding. I had this repository already, but we're gonna just delete everything in here. Then also change the POM, I guess. Maybe also get rid of the idea folder. And then we don't want the POM either. We just want our Gradle stuff. You know what? Maybe we can just copy paste most of that stuff from our code retreat. So let's do CP magic. So CP-R for recursive, I think. And I want to copy all of the contents of the code retreat Kotlin folder over to Advent of Code 2021. Then maybe I want to close this thing first, eh? Or not? I guess it's fine. Ah. I wonder if IntelliJ understands that I moved from Maven to Gradle now. We'll see, yeah. It's an old Gradle apparently. It's also not ideal. Maybe it's just better to start from scratch. I have the repository already. Load Gradle project. Maybe it's better to start from the advent of code 2020 in Kotlin or something. Nah. Come yeah, I just want this to work, it's fine. I don't want to use Mock-K though. I want Mockito instead, like we do in ScrambledEggs, I think. Yeah, this one. Let's also copy the rest of these libraries because maybe they've been updated. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. This can go, so because it's part of the, oops. My, what's it called? Code retreat repository. We change those things. And then I think I want to bump. Oh yeah. AOC 2021 in Kotlin. And then we'll update that stuff again, huh? Oh. Oh. By the way, this is music from Philip Glass's opera called Satyagraha. It's fucking nuts, young. It's about Gandhi. I think this is like a scene where he gets off the boat and is hated by the crowd or something. I don't know. Funky stuff. Yeah, this we don't want either. And neither this. Maybe we can just move this. Oh, that's too bad. Let's just do package instead then. So we'll do BE. I don't know. What did we use in the other advent of code? Oh. Day 1. Okay. So software sandbox it is. I'll just keep that one. Package AOC 2021. That's good enough, I think. Maybe we want a common package, huh? Oh. Oh, Jesus. Okay. And then we want maybe some file here or whatever. Let's add a new directory higher. A resources directory. And we'll put a file in here called input.txt. Ja, Good Lord, I'm so sorry. Okay, so we've got one file where we've got Bruce Wayne. I don't know how we'll actually do this, but I just want an example file, and it should be okay like this already. So we've got one input file. Let's add a new test. Let's call it files test or something. And then we'll add a new test. We can't. And what I want it to look like. Oh, so let's just do this. Files as list of strings or something. So our actual should have a type list of string. And what I want this to look like. Okay, wait. Now he suddenly understands that we want Jupyter test. And I want it to look like this. So input.text as file.readLines. And I want that when I assert that actual that this thing contains, oh wait, let's put it in the same line, contains exactly one Bruce Wayne. To add the word Enigma. Voila. Seems like a good test. And then this input or this as file function, let's write that in our common code. So let's create a Kotlin class or a file, sorry. Let's call it files.kt. I think actually the convention is to lowercase it when it's extensions. And we want an extension function on string called as file. And this should return maybe a let's call it as resource stream, or let's call it as file and then refactor it to return a resource or a buffered reader or something. Or let's leave it blank. And I want to do nothing yet. Just want it to compile. So now you need something that returns read lines. Maybe let's rename it already. So as resource or as a stream. Something like that. And this should return a buffered reader. This kind of stuff. Looks great. Ah, that does have lines. Yeah, let's try running it. This won't work, I bet. And while I'm running, let's blow my nose. Alright. An operation is not implemented. Ma, echt? Okay. Yeah, let's try to implement it then. I mean, what else are we doing today? So I want to create a file, I think. No, wait, I don't want to create a file at all. This gives me chills, yeah. Jesus Christ. So normally what you would do in Java is you would write something like string dot class. You get the class loader, and then you do resource as stream. This thing, I think, or get resource with this, and then you say to buffered reader or something. Or we just change not to URL but resources stream then maybe. Ah, here, voila. I don't know what the default is of this thing. Ah, UTF-8 should be okay. But this is usually too long or something. So what you can do is you can create an anonymous object in Kotlin, which also has a class. So this is the way I've seen it represented usually. So we don't want, I don't think, because this thing can return null if you cannot find the stream. So either return the buffered reader, or you throw an exception on a, I don't know, maybe just a runtime saying good not load file this as a resource or as a buffer reader? No, as a resource. Voila, should be okay. Let's run the test again. Haha. Great. Okay, now that this stuff is working, let's do a Gradle refresh again. And I think that should fix this name here into AOC 2021 in Kotlin or something. I believe I called it. Was it here? No. In settings. Yeah. We'll see. And then once that is done, I think we can bump the Gradle version to a newer one. I don't know which one we're at now, in fact. Voila, that changed. Is our test still green? Should be, yeah. Wait. Let's rerun. What? Okay, then let's just run it like this again. Maybe IntelliJ keeps a reference to the project that it's running in or something. Yeah, voila, makes sense. Okay, voila, that's one thing we got working already. Then let's check which Gradle version is the newest one. I believe the newest one is 7.3 or something. I don't know. We'll find out. 7.3, yeah. Okay, nice. Where's our console? Here's let's cd into Advent of Code 2021 and then do young what? Yeah, since, oh shit, this is dangerous. I think it's because I also copied the .git folder of the Mars rover kata that the remote is now changed as well. That's not what I wanted. Oopsie. No, definitely not what I wanted. Yeah. Oh, forever mesh. That's been a while. How are you doing? That's been a while, yeah. I think I forget. Nice, great to hear. It's not obvious these days, I guess. Yeah, been great. I've moved to a house that we bought. I proposed to my girlfriend in the summer. We got engaged, but there are no wedding plans actually. What else? I'm reading Java to Kotlin by our good friend Duncan McGregor and Ned Price. Highly recommend. It's nice. Yeah, indeed, big changes. Thanks. Well, there's still some work to be done here. We need to still do some painting, but we already did this room. It's my desk, I guess, my office. I don't know how you call it. That's done. It's really good. Aside from all of the COVID mess, of course. Yes, muchos importante, sí. Alright, I think we want to now rename our brand, or yeah, we want to checkout. Is that checkout? Does it work like that? Damn, I forget. Let's call it main. Fuck. Maybe I want to delete main first then, because I always forget. No, actually I am in the same area, which is great because I loved it here. And yeah, that's really good, in fact, still in the same area. Oh no, damn, now my reflog is messed up, I think, because I will be pushing the commits. Oh, fuck me. Dang. Okay, maybe what I'll need to do... Okay, I will do a git init, or remove everything in the .git folder, do a git init, attach or set the origin to this URL that I wanted, and then I'm going to stash my changes, then pull, then unstash, and then make a commit. Okay. Oh. All right. Have a nice week, and thank you for dropping by. Thank you. You too. Bye bye. Yeah, let's do what I said. So we'll do a delete of the Git folder. I know this. So let's do forced. Then we'll do an init in here again. Then I don't know why it's called master, so let's rename that. Nee. Mayo. I bet it's gonna try and okay, wacht hè. So we'll stash all of this. No, it doesn't work. So if I should make a commit, which one is it? Let's add everything. Do a commit, call it whoopsie or something. Then I guess I want to rename my branch, if that's possible. Okay, that works. Then I want to add my remote because it's not here yet. Is it still in my buffer? Yes, it is. And then I want to pull. And I don't remember how it's, I think it's gonna be trying to do merge conflicts, but we will do an interactive replace or something, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe if I didn't have a commit yet. Okay, wacht hè. Then I can pull. So let's do that in IntelliJ. Because here you can just do undo commit or something. I guess it's reset soft or something. Soft. Nope, doesn't work. Okay, let's try again. rm and rf.git. Let's do an init. Let's set the remote. Damn, why is this so hard? Then I pull. Oh, nee, now I need to change like that. Git fetch, maybe. Why is it that because I don't have a commit, I don't have a master. So maybe what I need to do first is just pull main over this master and then branch set upstream to origin main, and this is my local one. Maybe I can just go like this. That doesn't exist. Okay, then. That's interesting. What if I pull? Okay, let's rm.getIgnore then. And readme. And I guess also this. Wat is dit ook alweer? Ah ja! Jesus Christ. This is music from Squid Game. My god. Now I can rename my branch from master to main. Now what are the changes? We can add everything or something? I don't know. I bet now it looks like a total mess again. Yeah. No, get rid of this. So I started this from the team I'm coaching at the pensioendienst. They're an amazing bunch. But they only have like a Maven setup there. You can't use Gradle or a Gradle wrapper. But I was gonna force it anyway, so it's just to look at code anyway, so that we can share it. This is still what we had before. Yeah. Nice. And then all of these files are quote unquote new. And then the git ignore. That seems okay. If we find new files that we need to ignore, then we'll just add them. The settings is also fine. Nice. Yeah, and then the readme we need to update because it's no longer code retreat. This is the advent of code 2021 in Kotlin. Haha. My solutions to advent of code 2021. I don't really want to make a commitment into which language it will be building this in, but it's gonna be Kotlin mainly. So let's just add that up. And it's not 1.5, it's 1.6 with the Search and Mockito. We don't care. Voila. It should be okay. Okay. Oh, and maybe what I can do again, like we did last year, I think, is keep a log. So 2021 11:30, the day before, being a good boy and initializing a repo with some common classes. Voila. Voila. This looks fine now. Let's add everything. And we deleted a bunch of stuff. Looks great. And I think it's called init. So let's do an amend. Ah, nee, we need to make it a new. re-init in Gradle. Haha. Ah, maybe before I push that stuff, we can probably bump the Gradle version, because I think that one is still... Oh. Nee? Oh. Wrapper properties. Yeah. Okay, so Gradle W. I always forget. Wrapper. Oh, yes. And this is just gonna upgrade Gradle. Okay. Then we can see how that works in IntelliJ. Well, it looks like at least the upgrade part works. And now we just have to wait a little bit. Maybe I can already start writing some other tests, huh? The other thing I usually want to do is map those those strings to something else, huh? Like map it to a user. So maybe, for example, in this case, I mean, or a person, I don't know, with an ID or whatever. So let's write a test for that as well. Can map list of strings using a parser. So what would that look like? We'll see. We'll do input.txt. We'll stream that. Then we'll do read lines. And then we'll do parse width maybe. And that should look like this. Where we say just this is the string. So, or a line, I guess. And we'll say line. Or we'll pass this to a function called yeah, no, this is fine already, I think. So what are we gonna do? Put it in a person object. So we can destructure that probably into a ID, first name, last name, and we'll line split it on a comma, and then we'll just return that, or return person with ID, first name and last name. Huh? And person doesn't exist yet, so let's create person, which has 3 vals, an ID, which is an ID, and we'll fill that in later. We'll have a first name, just a string. And then ID will be in value class ID, which is a, I guess it's another string. Oh, voila. That's not how that works. So, and then I want that thing to be assigned to actual, and then I want to assert that actual contains exactly a person with an ID of 1. Okay, I guess it's a number in this case then. Let's do a uint. That way we don't have to take into account negative numbers. Huh? We're not going to calculate with that stuff anyway. That's why I've wrapped it in an ID class in the first place. Bruce Wayne. Oh, we lowercased it, but so let's try to. Let's do it like that. And here we've got Edward Nigma. Oh yeah, we just needs a U behind it, I think. Right? It works like that, eh? Adding a U int seems that way. And now we need to make sure that there's this parse width function. So that, let's just put that in for now in the same. We can put it here, in fact. So let's do private function. And we want to do that on a list of strings, I think. And we've got a parse width function, which takes in a parser. And parser is something that takes in a string and outputs a t. That means our function needs to be generically typed. And I want to do this because we're operating on a list. We'll do map again with parser. Huh? Okay. And this, we need to return. Nee? Yeah, it should work, no? Oh, yeah, derp. I didn't specify the type. That it should indeed return a list of those t's. Still something going. Ah, nee, voilà. So. Don't know what's going on here. Why do you require a unit? I think it might be. No, I don't get it. What about now? Oh, yeah. I don't need to return because that's the last statement. So I should do it like that. Or specify, I don't actually know how you do that. Can we do, voila, return at parse width, but you don't need to specify that. This, I think we want to map to an ID. So we need a number there for some reason. So let's create another constructor if that's possible. I'm not sure if you can do that for value classes, huh? So here we've got the string, and this should return, I think, this, yeah, with value to int, uint, noise. Voilà ça. Yeah, and this should work. I mean, it's gonna work because I had to implement it anyway. Let's do that. Then we can do that. So now we just type aliased map, I guess, but made it a bit more specific. Like you'll need to return a t, I guess. Yeah, I just type aliased map. Can you do that with a type alias? Can you do type alias parse width equals list.map? I'm not sure if you can, or maybe like that as a reference or something. No, it doesn't seem like you can, eh? Oh yeah. So what I do want to do now is I want to move this parse width actually to here, so that I don't have the parse width on a list of strings, but actually on the string itself. So I'll just copy this, then say, yo, now you've got an extension function on string. You need to return a list of that stuff. And I want to do this .sStream, which we already have defined somewhere. Voila, and now it makes a little bit more sense. So let's move this to files. Okay. So, I can always change this to sequence, right? When I want. I'm just thinking about super large files or something, or things that need really heavy operations. You can always change the implementation, I think, to sequence, and then this should always still work, I think. Don't actually know. But read lines returns a list. Okay. Okay, it's okay. All of it is fine. Okay, voila. Let's run the tests again. I think like we've got some nice common code already. And then maybe what we can also do is move this, because this looks a lot like a function either on person or like an actual parser of the person. So we should probably move that to the person. That way we can always unit test this thing separately. I knew that I put it in all caps, in capitals. Ja. Nee. Voilà. And green. Oh. Beward. Don't know where that came from. I have to blow my nose. On a green commit. Oh, green tests. Voila. Damn. This is already gone. Alrighty. Looks great, huh? Oh yeah, we were gonna try and make this or improve this a little bit. So let's use the same approach that we did in the other thing, where we can also have a constructor with a string. Oh, value string. Oh, can you do that? Can you do that? Oh, we can never do that, in fact. Now we need to do some processing. If it would work in one line, then maybe you can do that. I'm not really sure, in fact. Value. Oh, really? That I don't understand. Anyway, this doesn't look like a good method, eh? So what I can do instead is I can make it look like it's a constructor by saying I want a function called person with a capital P that takes in a string and it should return a person. No, it should return a person, and we want to implement it like exactly that, and then we can do person line. Now we do need a return. There should be value. Voila. And I think now we can say parse with person. I'm not sure what you prefer. We could also say from string, or we could put this as a companion object. So, and then it would look like this, I think. Maybe this is probably the better way to do it. But I think I still prefer just the inline one. Like define a lambda that explains how to do that. Yeah, but the thing about that was that we couldn't then unit test it. So this is probably the best way to do it, I think. Okay. Get rid of this. Bye. All right. We could create a second constructor that makes or that takes an integer and two strings or something. I feel like this is good enough. So all of our common functions are already in the correct files. It just works. Now, yeah, maybe one other thing. What the hell is going on? One thing I wanted to check is I don't think I want to have all different files, like, because now they all fall under the root of resources test. Oh man, come on, young. Don't give me that beach ball nonsense. Fuck. I can't wait until Fleet is out and I'm accepted as a previewer. Maybe it will run better, I'm not sure, in fact. Maybe I can show that already. So if you haven't heard yet, IntelliJ or JetBrains, they have released a bunch of stuff. Here's the thing going on. So this is basically JetBrains' answer to VS Code. It's a very lightweight code editor, basically, with initially just minor features. So like auto-completion, etc. is just built in. But you can make it better. Like you can upgrade your experience on the fly, let's say. And whether you do that to connect to a remote server that hosts basically an IntelliJ and a code base. Yeah, you just still have to try to understand it a little bit better. But it looks really cool already, like promising. I like this stuff. I really hate it when that happens. It gets you completely out of your focus or out of your flow. Yeah, so what I was trying to say is, as the days go on and I'm fixing multiple solutions, then it'll be like this input day 1 or something, right? Etc, etc. And then for every day I've got this input, but actually for every day you've got test input and actual input. So maybe what I want is I want a directory structure that just says day 1, and then in day 1 we've got test input.txt, and then actual file actual input.txt. And now I want to make sure that I can also refer to that one. So what would that look like? Like this? Let's try to run it. Yeah, okay, that works. Cool. Then I'm just gonna delete this. And now we know that we can use that. Voilà ça. Coolio. And then my packages will look like this. Day 1. Let's add a file. Voila. And then day 2, blah, 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 blah. And then same with the packages here. Okay. Okay, let's add all the things that we changed as a amend commit. Voila. Re-init in Gradle with a bunch of new stuff, in fact. Okay. And this we push, and then I'm ready to face the challenge that is Advent of Code. Oh. You know what would be cool? Like every day when I solve a puzzle, that my health improves. Huh? What do you think? That would be so cool. All right. Yeah, so again, if you want to participate, go to adventofcode.com. Yeah, you can't really see it, but you can register or log in using I haven't done it yet. Log in using GitHub, ideally. And then you will get your first assignment in 9 hours. That's right, at 6 a.m. Anyway, let's see what we did last year, in fact. We did some challenges, but definitely not all of them. And randomly we did number 10 and just the first star of that one. Yeah, sounds like me, alright. And then 19. Oh, we didn't really get far at all, in fact. Doen we toch. And I think 19 was the first year I participated. No, I also participated in 18. But then I really didn't get far at all. Oh yeah. This is surprising for me. I didn't know I was doing this for such a long time. 16 I didn't. 20. 15. Also no. I think 15 was the first year. Yeah. What does that one look like? Hulp. Counting parentheses. I'll pass. Anyway. 2021. Let's do it. Zalig. Okay. That is that. Then, for scrambled eggs. Man, I forget if we added Mojito. Are we really gonna need it anyway? Pfft. Who needs it? Oh, this is still an older version, apparently. Let's not bump that right now. Okay. Figuring out what we were doing. Oh yeah, okay, it's all coming back to me now. So last week, we basically gave up. We basically gave up the moment we realized that we had to write, or that we had to read Spring security documentation. And then that gave me absolutely no motivation, because the next part that I wanted to do, like an actual part that I wanted to do, was this thing. And then it said update the flow diagram first. And I was like, nope, let's do a code retreat or code kata instead, which we did. It's on YouTube, but I just stripped everything from the first part of the... So it was like an entire hour that... oh my god, such a waste. And then an hour wasted. Yeah. And then I believe I also said, next time I will make sure to already do the flow diagram. Guess what, guys? I didn't do that. It's important that I do it first, because it'll give us new insights into why or how it's gonna work. So a registered player can report a loss or a match result of a challenge. And let's update the flow diagram first. So let's just do that. Fucking hell. Wait, not editing. There's match flow here, but I don't know why. Oh yeah, okay. There's more stuff. Crikey. So we have this one now. Accept challenge. That challenge is accepted, which then returns a non-pending challenge. I don't think we have a name for. All right, it's called an accepted challenge. Voila. And these accepted challenges we should be able to report on, basically. Yeah. So how is that gonna work? So when you report, who can do that? Any side? Only the loser should do it, apparently. I don't remember why that is. So let's not take that into account. Let me blow my nose again. I'm so sorry. All right. Then what? Ah, you can also report a no-show. Oh, that sucks. Ah, yeah, right. So when you report a match, you basically start a match result. And when the match result is created, then you can either accept that or dispute it or correct it or something like that. So it seems that this match result is something that's gonna live a little bit longer than the challenge itself. So then now I remember as well. So what I was thinking is that when a challenge was accepted, that we already create a match. A match that you can then report on. So it's either that or we look for the date or something. For the date to which a challenge was set, so that, I don't know, like you can only enter the match result at that point in time. That sounds like a bad idea, because what if they just do the match sooner? That stuff happens. Plans change, I don't know if you know this, but plans change. You've seen it last week, live on stream. After a challenge was accepted, maybe instead of returning an accepted challenge, we'll return a report that they can then, a match that they can then report on. So, for those that are unfamiliar with this quote-unquote notation, this looks like an event sourcing result of where we just have the orange things or orange cards are events, stuff that happened in the past, quote-unquote, and there's like an implicit timeline going from left to right because we're Westerners anyway, and you first put down all of the events, things that happened in the past, and then you put commands in front of those things, stuff that causes those events. Sometimes events can cause events, like here. You register a team. The moment you register that team, then you also automatically assign a team owner, basically. So that means that both the player should already be there, registered. Cheers. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time. Deuces. And then, voila. Register team needs the team owner then. So it's just a person that registers a team, really. And then they get assigned a team owner. Makes sense. What's up next? So we were looking at this part really. So what we could have is we do challenge accepted, and then we also do match created, something like that. And then you can report on that match, basically saying this was the score You can also report no show. And you can then accept that match result, dispute it, correct it. So maybe this deserves like a bit of a state engine or something. Let's just copy all of these. Then we'll have context for our match flow. So this should be new. I don't actually know. Within the context of what we're trying to do, can report a loss of a challenge. Oh yeah, and then we can figure out what to do in that story, basically. Yeah? Okay. So, match created. This is all the stuff that can happen. So this is all, when they're underneath each other, it just basically means there are multiple paths that it can take. And maybe what I also want to do now is move this lower, because otherwise it seems as though the report no-show is part of or belong to the dispute match or something like that, but that's not the case. So I want to report a match on this thing. They then have a match result provided. Thing happened. When that happens, the other player should get a ping, which they can then accept, either dispute or correct. So that all happens with this part. The no-show, I guess you can also dispute a no-show. Let's move that there. Something like that. Dispute no-show. No-show disputed. It's a bit annoying, huh? But it becomes a little bit interesting, or more interesting, if you go from this result into modeling some aggregates. So let's do that now, or try to do it at least. So the accepting the challenge, we do that on a challenge. So let's find out a new color for aggregates. Let's just do yellow or something, I don't know. So here's the challenge aggregate. You can accept this challenge, which then results in a challenge accepted. Makes sense, huh? This then creates a match, and creating let's move this a little bit to the side. We'll need a match. So match, and that so match created will happen here, and then we'll need a new command called create match to create this match, which will trigger from a challenge accepted event. So there needs to be some kind of a listener that does that automatically. I think we call that a process manager or something. So it's called match process manager or something. MGR is fine. I think those are typically purple. You also usually give them a longer box for some reason. And then this happens. Something like that, huh? By the way, if you know better, please help me out. Or if you have another idea. Then we create a match. So this thing listens to that, executes or tries to execute this kind of command, which then results in a match created. And then at some point we'll do a report match, which returns or which results in a match result provided. And I think and all of this also happens around that same match aggregate. All of this belongs around. Oh, Jesus. Oh, jeez. Let's make this bigger so we can fit more guards around it. I don't know if that's cheating or what, but it's my own notation, eh? Ha! Sue me. Sue me, Alberto. Please don't sue me, Alberto. The no-show, maybe we can do that around something else, like, or the dispute stuff, huh? You can create a dispute, maybe. I don't know. And accepting a match result will also happen on a match. Stuff like that. Here's no show recorded. I don't know why. Wait, where was it in the original flow? No show recorded. Guess that should belong here, eh? Maybe we just delete this? Yeah, I don't. Oh, wait. When you accept the no-show, I think, then this... that's not clear. Okay, let's do it the other way around. So let's go like that. So accept no show, something like that, and then this can go. Voila. This looks better. Let's move these up instead, maybe. And that's just because, voila. Okay, Hido. Now we can just get rid of this stuff. We've put it around this part. Then I think correcting should also happen around the match. So match is still not big enough apparently. I'm not gonna bother anymore. Come. This needs to go. Oh, damn it. This needs to also be here. I'm just trying to think of how the hell I'm going to make this more better. Okay, let's move these first. Then make this bigger. So. And we'll check later if resizing this match thing can be a good indication of the aggregate size as well. I guess if you model it like this, then probably yes, but I want to split it up into its different types. Dispute no-show. Yeah, that's something else. But so dispute match result. Where's the here report no-show? Match reported as no-show. Guess what? We'll have a dispute manager or something. Fuck, now I'm missing one still. Where you accept the no-show. Accept no-show. No-show recorded. So then dispute manager. Oh, damn. Match result disputed is interesting for this dispute manager. And no-show disputed. Ja, toch. Is also interesting for the dispute manager. I love this song. Voila, and then that stuff will create a dispute or something. I don't know. We'll do that later. So voila. And all the rest, we don't really care. But yes, there's an issue with this because dispute isn't really an aggregate because it's coupled to the lifetime of a match. I mean, no, yeah, it ends when the match is deleted, I guess, or when the dispute is resolved or whatever. Maybe we just create match, yeah. this is definitely out of scope of the current thing that we're doing, dispute resolution. This feature I don't remember. When putting up a challenge, so when challenging someone else, they should be able to challenge to up to 3 maps at a time, which can then be accepted at the same time. Map mode size server should be options with a bit to type for extra rules, where they could stipulate additional rules like who plays or what physics if necessary. When reporting a loss, we need the size player's mode at the very least. I think this is in the event that when you're creating a challenge that it's basically just a challenge. You're just challenging somebody else, and then you just say randomly what the rules are or whatever. And then since the actual game that you did might differ from the original challenge, maybe that's why. Like, I can challenge you to a team deathmatch against your team, and if we end up playing CTF, then I guess that challenge was initially created as a team deathmatch challenge, but the match resulted in you guys playing a CTF match instead of TDM. Okay. But yeah, I don't want to do that. It's a bit too difficult, I think, for now. Just keep it simple. If you want to fix that stuff, then you just, I don't know, delete the match or something, or don't accept the challenge, or I don't know. There will be a way to work around that, I think. So this was from back in the olden days. From the before 4. Yeah, so then what I wanted to do is draw like a state diagram. How do you do that again? So we'll just have a couple of different types where we say okay, so this is the smallest size. That'll do, I guess. So what can happen is maybe there is a thing for that, no? Oh no. Yeah, the issue is that this board is not on an enterprise account, so I don't have good options. Like an actual story map, for example. It's too bad, man. Although I found a workaround. You can copy paste if you're on the same account and you're also on a corporate account or an enterprise account. You can go to an enterprise board, create a story map, just click on it, copy, go back to your own board, paste, and it's there. Let's see. Oh, I just want to, like something like create or whatever. Say create. It just starts a new match. That's fine. Okay. And then report. Wait. From nothing, basically, I want to create. Then what the hell is going on here? Well, good enough. So from nothing, or we can draw a circle or something. Oh, I always make the same mistake. So you can only hold shift the moment you start a drawing. If you hold shift earlier than that, you're screwed. Voila. Reported. Or maybe we can do created then. So these are the states, and the things in between are transitions. Yeah, that makes more sense. Then from created, you can go to reported. But you can also go to disputed. And then this does something else, I guess. Oh my, sorry. And from reported, you can go to accepted. And because you can do accept. And so we've got create, that's this one. Report, that's that one. We don't have a no-show yet. I guess that's also reported. Let's first deduplicate them. How are we gonna call that state? No showed. And from no showed, you can go to, let's do it like this. Oh no, we need one state app. So also go to accepted. And then from both you cannot go from created to disputed. It's from both these states. You can go to accepted or disputed. Think we might want to change it to that. Voila. So Yeah, I guess we want... Why would we want the different states? They're both reports, huh? Either you report with a no-show, and the arrows are going there anyway. Is there something else that we're missing? There was something else called corrected, which we haven't done yet. So that's something in between reported. I guess you could go... can you go from a no-show to a corrected? Or can you only correct after it's been disputed or something? What do you think? Help me out, chat. So is it like this? That then goes to accepted. Maybe. Do I want this in-between state, I wonder? I might just want to throw the event, but then not make the state explicit. So what I could do... I don't know how you do that. Add some points. Something like that. And then I just write correct. Oh, I don't think you can hear it. There we go. All right, and in that case, we don't need these. No, wait. I don't need this one. Then this becomes accept. This becomes dispute. This becomes report. Oh, Leon. Report. Voila. And then both of these go to another ball. Because... nee. Disputed doesn't go to an end. It's only the accept. So... damn it. And because when the dispute has been resolved, I guess it goes back into reported or something, and then it will be accepted. Or maybe it can go from disputed to accepted. That might make more sense. Yeah. Well, not accepted, dispute resolution. So And then it's donesies. And I think we'll just color this one in or something. Do we have everything now? Let's see. Create, check. Report, check. Report no show. That's also a report. Accept match result. Yup. Correct. Yup. Dispute. Yup. Accept a no show. Yeah, that's this thing. No show or result. And then dispute a no-show. Yeah. This one I think we don't really have, except dispute resolution. I guess it's this one. Resolve dispute. Yeah, let's get rid of this stuff. Let's put it here. So then this we don't need. Well, maybe what we can do, wacht. If you do it like this, then it looks like it's part of the match aggregate, but really it's an entity or something. Allee, and then I can just pull that one there. Oh, well, we don't need this, in fact. So both the no-show, or yeah, dispute the no-show and the match result are gonna create that dispute. This is a more meaty aggregate, I think, than the challenge was, so it's going to be fun to write some actual domain code for this. And then dispute resolved. Voila. Seems legit. So that's sort of like the aggregate and all the stuff we can do on it. This is one of the entities. And I already said I want to sort of represent this state diagram as classes of a match. Yeah, and then something I didn't really figure out yet. Or something that I was wondering on myself. It's more like a general question about what sealed classes actually are, what their purpose is. What's the difference between sealed classes and just inheritance? I can't explain it. Other than sealed classes, you can't extend from the outside. You have to define it within the sealed class, so to speak. So it's a way to enforce cohesion. But other than that, I can't really explain it. I guess this should be just a final state, maybe, yeah, or you can't do anything anymore after it's been accepted, right? It's not like we can reopen it or something, or I don't want to do that. Maybe undo is a thing, though. Fuck. But that's more of a thing I want to be able to do on any kind of command, not just on this one. Let me blow my nose again, sorry. Man, I'm glad I'm doing this flow thing on stream. Now all of my thoughts are recorded. At least. Yeah, and then should I model that as well? So should I model the state diagram as classes here? Or can we just say, because the reason why this is so big is it's an aggregate, and aggregates can exist out of multiple entities, right? But we'll have one root called the match, I think. Okay. At least now we know there's something that's different. It's called a dispute. That's different from a match, right? I mean, for sure different from a match. Alright. Oh, I think this is as good as it gets now. Blah, blah. Update flow diagram. Weg daarmee, ja. Dan. Oh shit, I should have copied that. Okay. Model the match domain. Process manager to listen to challenge accepted events to auto create a match. Then what? I guess we also need a REST endpoint. To report. Oh boy, I think, hang on. A registered player can report a loss, but basically can report a match. Can report a loss of a challenge, can report a loss without a challenge. I really want to put this out of scope. We don't have any other stories for this. This is way too big of a story. You can see it now. Match reporting, it takes much more than just reporting a result. We need to do some other stuff. We can have one story per state transition here, in fact. Oh wait, maybe I'm lying. Nope. There's nothing about accepting. It's just auto accepted in this one. I like it because it's simple, but not really great. I'm gonna get rid of that, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna can it. So let's add a new lane. Call it trash or something. Oh boy. Ravel is really getting into it. Can you hear this? Oh shit, I need 2 of these. Because this is MVP. This is just, I don't know, admin or something. And then we need another one called trash. This song reminds me of a podcast I once heard. I think it was Radiolab, where where they explained that the composer of the song, Ravel, was actually losing his mind gradually as he was writing this piece. And losing his mind to dementia, by the way. It's really interesting podcast. Okay, let's move it. Okay, and then instead we need to do some more stuff. So can accept a report, I guess. Start a dispute. Dispute can be resolved. Something like this, I guess. Voila. Okay. It's 10 o'clock already. Jesus Christ. I spent a lot of time on this diagram, huh? But it's a good thing we're prepared for next time, I think. I think I might close the stream now. That way I can have another tea before I go to bed. I feel like we've got everything now. No, let's finish doing this maybe. So this is the first thing that we wanted. And before we can do that, we want a challenge thing. And we want to be able to accept it. So we want a REST endpoint to report a result. And then we want a UI page. See mockups. That's something else I needed to do still. Doe me toch. But like, because in I forget what I create in Figma. In Figma, I didn't really use all of the features there well enough, but what's it called? Miro now also has really nice wire mocks or a mockup features, let's say. So I wanted to sort of port them because, I mean, I can create a design in Figma, but first of all, it looks like trash anyway. And I change it. I just change it as I go along because some things I can actually do and other things I can't. So we've got the UI. It's going to call this REST endpoint. Let's also plus scenario test, of course. I'm thinking about what I need to specify here. Not very much, I don't think. Model the match domain should be okay. Then what? UI page to report the result. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, and commands and stuff, those are all gonna come later, I think. Or unless I do that in this part already, in modeling the domain. Well, let's start from the domain first. We fleshed it out well enough, I think. So that when it changes, then I can just propagate it to here. Okay. I think this is good enough. And then we'll add some more tickets, like all of these. My god, I just added 5 tickets. Fucking hell. I thought we were almost done. Matt, guess what? This is what happens in real life as well, huh? Allez. Normally, I guess you would have some person doing a little bit more analysis earlier as developers go along so that we learn about this stuff sooner. Man, still. I did not foresee that to happen. I guess, okay, it's also fair, I think, we made it more complex than it used to be, because before it was just report a loss. Period. And then we did a event storming. Ended up with more scope basically for us to do. I wasn't really trimming there when I was creating that event storming session. But it's fine. This is more fun to do anyway. Okie dokie. Good. Tomorrow we'll see the start of the advent of code. I hope you're joining. And then I'll see you next week. Ha. Or maybe, yeah, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow to do the exercise of the first day. We'll see about that. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. and I'll see you next time. Have a nice week and have fun doing Advent of Code. Deuces! Wish me well.